trash. Oh my goodness, who would do this? This is awful. Well, I'm gonna have to use one of our new fancy trash bags. These are called Trash to Treasure. Apparently, everything, oh my goodness, snot rags. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh, yuck. Ooh, gross. Yuck, 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 yuck. Apparently everything you put into these bags is supposed to come out as a treasure. You put trash in and it comes out as a treasure. Man, I am so cool. Can you think of all of the cool stuff? Like you put like broken toys in there and they come out fixed, or ripped clothes and you put them in there. Man, just think you would never have to throw anything away again. You put it in there and it comes out fixed. So we're gonna let that sit there for a minute and let it do its job. And we're gonna dive right into our Bible story. We are actually gonna be talking about Daniel today. You know, Daniel and his friends, he had 3 friends that were with him whenever he was living in Babylon. And Daniel and his 3 friends honored God. They honored God in all that they did. You see, these guys had been brought to the city of Babylon as servants to the king. So they were not really there on a fun trip. They were there really as servants, kind of like slaves to the king. The king's name was Nebuchadnezzar. You've probably heard of him before. You know, as a servant, you had to do what you were told to do. You had to work the amount of hours that you're supposed to work. You had to sleep when they told you to sleep. You even had to eat what they told you to eat. That would not go over too well in my house. I don't know about you. Well, Daniel and his 3 friends, here are their names: Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. They were Jewish, and they weren't allowed to eat certain foods. That was a belief that they had, was that they shouldn't eat certain kinds of foods. Well, the food that was offered to them was from the king's kitchen. People really felt privileged by getting to eat from the king's kitchen. But Daniel and his friends rejected that food. They even asked the boss if they could be exempted or not have to eat that food. Well, you see, the boss really had grown to respect Daniel and his friends, his 3 friends. The boss had really grown to respect him, and he really wanted to give him that option to only eat vegetables and water. But the boss was really scared of the king, and he was afraid that if Daniel and his 3 friends became weak and sick, then he would lose his job. But Daniel had an idea. He said, I tell you what, you give us 10 days. Give us 10 days letting us eat what we eat, our vegetables, and drinking only water, while you feed all of the other servants the food from the king's kitchen. And then at 10 days, if we look weak or sick, then we will eat that food. So the boss agreed. And guess what? 10 days later, the boss comes out and he sees that Daniel and his friends actually look healthier and stronger than the other servants. That food, what they consumed, what they ate, made them that way. It helped them to stay strong and healthy. Now, this isn't going to be a lesson on eat your vegetables, although you should eat your vegetables. But Daniel and his friends knew what food God wanted them to eat. But the king wanted them to eat his food. So they had a choice to make, to either follow God or follow the king? For David and his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, choosing to eat only vegetables honored God. Our choices will either honor God or dishonor God. Usually, our good and bad choices have nothing to do with food. What about staying up late whenever you know you have a big test the next day? If you choose to stay up late, that would not be honoring God. Or what about being told you have to clean your room before you go to a friend's house? Well, you have a choice to make. You can clean your room or you can kick it all under your bed and throw your blankets over there. Sound like I've been there before? Yeah. So you can either honor God or honor whatever you want to do, making you more important. Daniel and his crew chose food that honored God. And as a result, they became big and strong. You know, we make healthy choices too. It may not always be easy or what's popular or what you feel is right or what all of your friends do. It might go against all of that. But when we honor God with the choices that we make for our bodies, He can help us become stronger and healthier. We can honor God with our healthy living. You know, it's almost as if Daniel had like this whole mindset of garbage in, garbage out. Whatever he put into his body was the fuel that came out. You know, we can really put that towards a lot of things in our lives, like what movies we watch or music we listen to, or how we talk to our friends, or even let our friends talk to us. If we pollute our bodies with junk, then that is what comes out of us. So let's try this week to be mindful of what we put in. Not just food, although eat your vegetables. Let's be mindful of what we put in, what we listen to, what video games we play. Let's be mindful and see if at the end of the week, what comes out is different. You know, I'm so glad though that we don't have to put that mindset, garbage in and garbage out, to our trash to treasure trash bag. You know, I'm so glad that what we put into this is coming out a treasure. That's gross. These bags don't work. I guess we'll just have to stick with the whole garbage in, garbage out mindset too. I guess it's too good to be true that if you put junk in, good stuff will come out. Yuck. I'm gonna clean this up. Have a good week, guys.